right, collectors, let's talk about the news. Let's get back on track. For the last couple of weeks, we've been a little bit, wonky with the news. It's been either real late or real early, but let's try to get back on track with it. May 18th for all the shenanigans, all the insanity that's been going on with our toy community. I try to stay positive, and because none of all this stuff is just for fun. That's what it really should be. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's not worth stressing out. None of this stuff is worth stressing out. I like going on hunts, and actually I find joy in going out and looking for stuff, and then especially if I find it, right? Do I get a little bit of FOMO sometimes when there's something that I can't order? A little bit. But I always know in the end, at some point, if I want it bad enough, it will come to me. So, let's just talk about the news. Let's start with some shenanigans, some asinine situations with McFarlane. Let's just talk about it. Let's get that elephant right out the room. McFarlane. He started out with that. Number one, this is like the fourth dumb thing. Well, no, it's like the fifth or sixth dumb thing he's done under the new McFarland toy banner. I'd say the first dumb thing was releasing those color tops or whatever they were years ago, those half statue, half articulated things. He's made many errors after that. And the funny thing is, a whole bunch of you guys, I guess you don't remember. You don't remember that far back. McFarlane tried his hand at statues before. And it doesn't work. They end up going to Ross, or they end up sitting in stacks in a liquidation box somewhere. But again, if you like them, go buy them. There is one that I might purchase for a slight discount, and that is the Punisher one. But that's about the only one. All the other ones, he's tried it before. But it's just like, maybe this time it'll work. What's the definition of insanity? Anyways, more egregious than that, though, is he started to sell us pre-posed figures. That means it's a doggone statue. It doesn't have any articulation. It's a statue. And he started out with this ape thing. When he did the King Kong for Batman, and then he did the other gorilla. He did a mega fig. I forgot what the mega fig was. I'll put some pictures of it here, if I can find them. But he did some of those mega fig, that horribly articulated gorilla he's trying to make his money back on. Nobody wants to buy that junk. And then you're going to have the Batman King Kong one. I still see it regularly. I don't think they produce very many of those. And then I see the Titano and Flash 2-pack. Nobody's buying that. You're just buying a retread Flash and a horribly articulated gorilla. Nobody wants that. I guess, as a business owner, I guess I don't know. I just wouldn't do it that way. I get what he's doing. He's trying to push the bounds and see how much he can get away with. How little can I invest and still make a buck from these collectors, right? So we ended up here with the Doom Dark Ages Elite. It's elite. Ultra articulation Doomslayer. Boy, this is a bunch of BS, right? I'd be saying something different if it was a different buck with better articulation. But it isn't. It's the same dog. Let me show you something. I have this figure. I bought it. I found it in the wild many years ago when he started doing this stuff. Highly sought after, valuable figure. I love the game. I grew up playing the game. But this figure I have it in hand, and it's horrible This is how far he can bend his knee. That's it. That's it. And it's squeaky as all hell. So I got to be very careful with it. That's it. He can do that. He can do that. That's it. Careful. That's it. That's all the articulation you're getting out of his knee right there. So when you get this Elite, that's what you're going to get. His arms, this is the articulation you're going to get. That. And that's it. That's it. You got a pivot point here. It's the same. That's how far back. That's how far to the front. He does have a pivot point there, so you do get some articulation there. But you're going to get, he does not dynamically pose at all. He's just, it's horrible. It's a horrible it's not really a figure. It's more like a semi-posable statue. So he's not going to give you a new buck. You're going to get this figure, and he's going to give you, so in order to give you he basically put a chain on it. He added some paint apps to it, gave you a few cents, sprinkled a few more cents of plastic on it, and a fur cape. How about this for maybe 5 years ago for $17 or $20? And in 5 years, it's just not worth it. Does it quadruple in price? No, that's shenanigans. Here's what I'm going to tell you though. If you really love this figure and if you think it's worth it, go ahead. But for my money, that's shenanigans. That's ridiculousness. I would let that thing sit. And I think he did it because he sees, and we've talked about this before, he sees other companies saying, well, these guys are paying, 50, 60, 70 bucks for these other figures. Why not me? If you would have offered a better articulated buck, we would talk about it. But for this articulation, this is how far he kicks up his leg. That's it. Good luck with that. You're gonna put him in a what is it? A museum pose, and that's it. You know what? That's enough of that shenanigans. Let's move on from that. It's dumb. Anyways, again, we're kind of the G.I. Joe, kind of gridiron, kind of, the one thing I would say about G.I. Joe is I'm starting to see some movement. I'm starting to see some shipping times get updated. A lot of people didn't get dial tone. A lot of people are waiting on crystal ball. A lot of people, just a lot of things are on standby right now. One of two things, these things are going to happen. We're going to get in the next, 90 days or 60 days, you're going to see a glut of stuff hit the market because right now, I think a lot of companies are saying, we've got an opening. We've got the tariffs aren't great, but they're workable. Let's get everything in that we can now because it's a stable moment in time, and then get ready for what happened is all that stuff was going to glut hit us all at once. Some people might have the funds, some people might not. And then people are going to buy it up, right? The ones who wanted it. And then it's going to sit, right? And now, after the 90 days, I assume we might ramp the tariffs back up. So in order to keep the companies viable and to keep money flowing in, that glut that was there, they're going to start to discount it. They're going to start to push it out because we got to pay for employees. We got to pay for insurance. We got to pay for new manufacturing. We got to pay for new artwork. We have to pay to keep the lights on. And so you're going to start to see that. So a glut, a bunch of people buying stuff, sit. We got to discount it to keep the lights on. That's how I'm going to phrase it for you. So I think we're going to start seeing some good stuff flowing in and G.I. Joe stuff coming in. The good thing is that when that glut hits and it starts to sit and they start to clearance, I'm going to start buying dupes for customs. But the problem is my customizing eyes are bigger than my ability to do stuff. So anyways, let's get into some more of this G.I. Joe stuff and some more military type stuff real quick. Gridiron has decided to start parting out some of its, how it used to have sets, right? Level set 1 and set 2, or level 1, level 2, and then completely gridironed out the vamp, right? And completely gridironed out the different vehicles, the Stinger, right? So now you're going to start to see, I think Gridiron heard us and said, hey, we don't want all that extra stuff. I just want 1 or 2 things off of that pack. And Gridiron was like, okay, fine. We'll start to part out some of these things. I think it's a win. I think they got their money for the tooling and everything and the design instead up front. And then now they're getting some of that extra money from, the onesie twosie type stuff. I think it's a win for both. I think it's a win for us and then the people that don't want necessarily spend the big bucks on the entire set, right? They just want specific things. I think that's great. Gridiron, thank you. The other thing that came out was, and I ordered this, Ramen Toys. His picture of Mr. Ace. Loving his product. Love the man's just enthusiasm for this community, enthusiasm for, the stuff that we do. I think sometimes, just like with Bobby, just like with a lot of other people, adult toy collectors are a lot. we are a lot. And I think sometimes we get under people's skin because we're a lot. It's just a lot. And but all that said, I have nothing but love for the stuff that Mr. Ace is saying, or Ace is doing with Ramen, with the tank, just with the bridge layer. Here's a picture of the bridge layer also that he's got. They're huge. They're gigantic. And I can't wait to get them in hand, and I can't wait to, just have fun with them. So Ramen Toys and Ace, thank you for all that you do. All right, moving on from that. Ramen Toys also, I guess they picked up the license for Gatchaman, War of the World, Battle of the Worlds, not War of the World, Battle of the World / Gatchaman, Eagle, I forgot what, anyways, I used to watch this show all the time, but I used to watch it in Spanish. So it is what it is. I guess it's a Japanese show that a lot of English-speaking kids watched, but I watched it in Spanish. Anyways, it is what it is. So I love it. I love this. I love this license, and I will be. I know it's not the scale that I like. I think it's the 3 3/4 scale, but I still like it. I'm still gonna pick it up. I think it's great. All right. Again, news is kind of slim, so we're gonna get through this pretty quickly. Marvel Legends, Shayna was announced. I'm going to be picking up a few of these. I'm disappointed they didn't go with the Black Widow mold, the super articulated, and the Warbird mold. Gosh, man, that would have been awesome, right? As it is, it's still okay. It's still an okay mold. But man, those other molds would have been so much better. But that's fine. I'll pick up a few of these. It's not fine. I want the other mold. I don't think we're getting that, but it is what it is. Better they give us an updated Shayna than none at all, I guess. I don't know. They could have done better. And also, and going back to that, I'm glad I collected the Zabu wave. I'm glad I have Zabu, and now I'm going to be able to complete the 3 character set. So that's great. All right, moving on. 5K Toys and Kraken Studios. Well, I was waiting. I know you could have pre-ordered it from some other toy company. I forgot what the other toy retailer was. But 5K Studios has finally put up the Kraken Crime Buster. I think we all know who that is. Punisher. Up for pre-order. The difference between the deluxe and the standard price is ridiculous, right? You get so much more if you just pay the $8 for the deluxe. You get more weapons and you get an additional face sculpt. That's just completely worth it. So to me, I'm picking up the deluxe version. I've already put down my pre-order for it, and it looks fantastic. So I'm excited about that. I also, I don't know if I told you guys this or not. I might have left it off on my previous pre-order sheet. But I think, you know what? Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, and I think I forgot to put it on there. I ordered this Captain Wolf Hunter. that 5K Toys has on their website. So the reason I ordered it is that I'm currently watching a show where in the character, I really like a show that I'm watching, where in the character dresses just like that. Do you guys know what show it is? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess. Mobland. What's his name? Hardy? Anyways, the main character, he dresses like that. And I'm thinking to myself, all I need is a head sculpt. And he looks just like him. And it happens to be one of my new favorite shows that we're watching. So it's a really cool show. I think it is. So yeah, I already got plans. Apparently he's from Resident Evil. I didn't play Resident Evil, as you know. I just never got into that game. I just never got into the Resident Evil games. And I know, heresy. How could you? Just never did. Yeah, I'm going to take that figure and already got my customizing eyeballs. Looking forward to that. We also came up with, this was interesting to me because Trunks from the Metroplex show showed me this. And I think this is really cool. This is like a Zoids and Transformers clash together, right? Or just come crossover. This makes sense to me. This crossover makes sense to me. I love Zoids as a kid. I actually had a few, and it just makes sense to me that you would cross these over. So it looks great. Am I going to pick these up? We'll see. We'll see. I know Zoids are usually pretty pricey, and Transformers can be. So I don't know what putting those two licenses together is going to look like, or how much they're going to extort. So anyways, what Mayfex, we've just got the Berserker from Walmart, the McFarland Berserker. That's another one where he's pushing the line quite a bit, but I think you get a lot of value and a lot more articulation. I really thought that, but we'll see. I'm going to reserve judgment. I've got a Berserker. Well, that's in the haul. I ordered one. And I want to see what McFarlane did there, because he looks like he's got a lot more stuff there, and he's a lot more articulated than this guy, right? Anyways, I saw Mayfex, I don't know, is teaming up with Boom Studios and coming up with the figure. I have to read his books. I have to read to invest that level of money if it's gone into, because usually it's over $100 for, Mayfex. I'm going to have to read his books and see if I like it that much. So next stop at the comic book shop. Oh, you know what? I think we'll go over the comic hall too. And we'll start picking these books up, see if they're any good. All right. What else? The Phantom of the Opera from NECA. It's there if you want it. Not for me, but maybe for you horror fans. It's right up your alley. And RoboForce. The nacelle team has got together to put together this new second wave, 100, Detonator, Sentinel, and Curmudgeon. I think that's what they call themselves. But I think this is the evil faction. I don't know. I was just not huge into RoboForce, but it looks interesting. I like the one, but the other one, Darker Robot, looks like the ones they've already released, right? So I don't know. And the tall one that sticks above, the purplish one, he looks kind of like a Decepticon. I don't know. We'll see. To me, I would just reuse these for background fodder or something. Like a desolate background, and there's a bunch of beat up aliens or robots in the background for a diorama. That's all. All right. We come to the part of the show where we talk about a little bit what's on my hunt list. And here it is. My hunt list has been decimated. We picked up a bunch of stuff off of it. I just was lucky as all get out. For a while there, here's what what you guys don't see is all the times that I walk into a store and I just walk out kicking rocks. You guys get to see kind of the highlights, right? And I go to the store, like I said, on my way to work, back from work, and then sometimes after work, I'll hit a few stores that are out of the way, and then on the weekends, right? I do this all as, I've been doing this for 35 years. It's just, when we go out grocery shopping, I'll stop by. When we got to go pick up something, I'll stop by. It's just what I do. It's just what brings us joy, in this family. So you go find yourself a hobby. If camping's what you like, go do that. If going to the range and shooting up some goons is what you like, maybe that's what you go do, right? I don't know. So, Blanca, Sagat, found. Don't need to look for those guys anymore. So check. And I also found the blue guy. So check. Comic Wave, I found them all. That's funny. My favorite, I didn't find this one, but anyways, we'll get to that in the haul. Still looking for Constructicons out there, and still looking for the G.I. Joe Striker. So, those are kind of fun. I hope I find them type of figures, right? So, or toys. So it's always fun to have something that, I know I could just go get them on eBay, or I could just go buy them wherever. But half of the fun for me is the hunt, my family likes to come with me. The funny part is I go tell them, hey, I'm going on a hunt. And either my wife or my kid will come with me because, they get to go to the store and look at stuff too. So it's not just about me. They get to come and do stuff too. Maybe we'll stop and get a Frappuccino or something. I don't know. Anyways. And what's on my pre-order list? That's on my pre-order list. This week, I ordered nothing. Nothing. I ordered nothing. It's just because, there's a lot of stuff maybe just doesn't interest me, or things have slowed down substantially. So, that's it. Anyways, you know what, guys? Let's go to the haul and let's start that up. Pickups and the comic haul. Let me tell you a secret. It's monstrous. All right, collectors, let's get cracking with, as always, we'll do the deals, the regular stuff, and then we got some comics to go through. So 3 rounds, whether I like it or not, of stuff. So let's just start off with the deals, right? Number 1, the first deal that we picked up, she is destined to be a dreadnought in some way or another, and that is Alloy. We picked her up at Ross. There was 4 of them when I got there. You guys saw the hunt video where a little kid was like, oh man, he wants it, I want it. He grabs it, shows it to his mom, and his mom tells him, that's a girl toy. And then he chunks it across. That was hilarious. Anyways, picked her up for $10. There you go. So, I'll be using her for a dreadnought one way or another. I think at some point she was up there in like $30 range. Boy, am I glad I didn't buy that. All right, what else did we find? I found these initially. This is funny. So these are for dioramas, right? I found these for $10 initially. And I was like, ooh, those would make great dioramas, but not for $10. And then my wife spotted them for $5. And I was like, getting better. And I think they're not going to go any lower than this. So, and then I spotted them for $2.99. Where's the camera? There it is. And so at this point, I'm going to pick them up. So I picked up 3 of these. They're kind of like you could put them in like a sewer system, or kind of like outside somewhere, like just industrial places. It just got to spray paint them to make them look better. Because like this, they look hideous, they look dumb. But if you add a little texture to them, a little spray paint, they look fantastic for a diorama. So there's that. I picked up another one of these Namors for the hands. $10. I just need the hands, really. Maybe I could use the head somewhere. Maybe I could use just different pieces of them. He's just going to be parted out. So, picked them up. And I also picked up a Marvel Boy. Again, I think I could use the head somewhere. Maybe the hands. The body, the buck is going to be tough to do. I might be able to take some stuff and rub all that white paint off of him or whatever. Hopefully the plastic is done in black and not in white, because I know how to take all that off. And then you could use the buck for some kind of like a spy agent or something. Something cooler than this. I don't know who this goofball is. Deep cut. Deep cut. He's not a deep cut. He's from the 3rd episode. I don't care. I don't care. Deep cut. All right. The other thing is we found this guy. And I only picked him up for, this is crazy. If you guys want, so a couple of things. He's got what looks like a bandana to me, so might be able to use that. And then he's got a cool black shirt, which definitely gonna use that. And so that's why I picked him up. If you guys need this guy, he'll be in my $5 bin at the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show. So I picked this guy up for 10 bucks at Ross. There you go. CM Punk. He ain't nothing but a punk. I don't know who that punk is. I don't know. And then I also picked up another hiss because from this little collection here, I think this is a Jada collection. Yeah, from the little mini toys here. Can't just have one hiss. Gotta have multiple. Hisses travel in packs. So picked it up $6 at the show. I mean at Ross. So there you go. And then finally, for all of the deals to come to an end, I've been wanting another one of these. I picked one up, I think it was 2 years ago, on sale on Amazon. You know, I had some points and, you know, some credits, and I had a couple more dollars. And ultimately, that one cost me like 45 bucks. But I didn't buy it for the figure. I bought it for the accessories. And then I saw this one on eBay, and out 50 bucks, because I wanted to buy another one of these. Because I want to make my diorama of the lab a little more labby. And so in order to do that, one of the best things that this figure comes with for 50 bucks is that incredible Morbius. The figure's all right. It's not bad, but I like all of the lab equipment that he comes with. Look at all that lab stuff. It's just amazing. So that's why I picked it up. Don't worry, he will not be in the $5 bin. Or maybe he will. I might just say, hey, here you go. I'm not gonna use it. So I don't know, we'll see. But maybe I could use the buck for something. We'll see, I don't know. Well, that's it for the deals. Let's move on to the regular price. All right, here we go to the regular price stuff. But here's the thing, I wanna be clear. My most favorite thing that I got this week is not the most expensive thing. And I'll tell you why in a minute, and I'll share why. It's not the thing that you think is the best thing that I got. If you've been watching my videos this week, it's not that. And you'll see why. You'll see why. But again, I found some pretty great stuff this week. So number one, we'll start off with a little bit of Star Wars here. I picked up another Jada Patrol. Got to have some Jada Patrols patrolling the Jeda. I don't know. And then Clone Commander Cody. This is the only one that I wanted from the retro packaging kind of line looking stuff. And I picked him up. So here, let me give you the, I don't know if you want the barcode for these, but they're everywhere. But there's the barcode for that. That's Jada Patrol. And here's the barcode for Cody. Hopefully you can see it there. There you go. All right, let's move on. Let's keep going. I finally got my order in. I was not gonna buy these figures. I was not gonna buy this set of figures. I was gonna buy the other set, but I was not gonna buy this set of figures. Because I was like, I don't need those. Those are goofy looking, or I don't know where I can fit those, right? Plus I already have a ton of, one second. Where was I? Sometimes you get bothered with the stuff that you gotta do to earn a living. Even when you're off. Anyways, yeah, I didn't know if I was going to order these or not, but I was like, you know what? I think somebody, I forgot where I saw it, but somebody said, ooh, these would be fantastic for like elite Cobra Troopers. And I was like, wait a minute, I already have elite Cobra Troopers. No, but like between a regular trooper and like a Viper, they could be like something in between. Fine. And so that's why I picked up 3 of the Maritime. What is Bobby calling these guys? The Maritime Corps. They're bluish Cobra troopers, and then I put a vest on them. Okay, Special Forces, Cobra troopers. Well, I don't know what they would be, but they may be a level above it. I don't know. They look very Cobra-y. Now that, that's what came to my mind. I was like, I could use them for that. And plus, it's the figures have got great articulation anyways. So I picked them up. And then I also picked up, I really like the weapons pack for the Kilo for the Praetorians. I like the weapons that it comes with, and I like that sword that it comes with. So I picked up a couple of these from Mr. Bobby. And then finally, let me see if this side is open. You guys know what this is. Steel Corps, Steel Brigade. Why isn't this open? Which side is open? Here we go. People were saying that this thing was falling off the card. It wasn't for me. They came in like perfect. So mine are perfectly stuck on the card. It's too bad because I'm just going to rip them right off. I'll probably pick up some more when he's here. But I just wanted, I picked up a few from him online because I really want to pick them up. But then I'll pick up some more when he gets here for Joe Fest. And Joe Fest is just, I don't know, about a month away. It's not even that far away. So I picked up 3 of these. There you go. I'm really looking for the Praetorian. The new Praetorian, I forgot what, the Wraith Praetorian. It looks great. I mean, the Praetorian is a great buck to begin with. It's got some great articulation. And so that's why I'm looking forward to that. Now, this next one, I'm eating a little bit of crow here because I said I wasn't going to pick this up. But I got influenced by the influencers. So I was like, all right, fine. I didn't do it in a mad way or anything. I was just like, all right, everybody's saying it's not that bad and he's pretty well articulated. I said I wasn't going to buy him. But regardless of the hip situation, I went ahead and picked up a Morales. Why not? I'll play around with him. People seem to like him. It's just, maybe I can sand down the hips or something. I don't know. But anyways, I want to check them out, try them out. Why not? So here's the UPC code if you guys are looking for that. I know. All right, here we go. What else did we find? This one I picked up just for the motorcycle. And I don't think it's packed with condiments because it felt pretty light. But you never know. You never know. Should I unbox it live? Anyways, here it is. The KC Marie and motorcycle. And here is the UPC code for it. There you go. Have fun with that. Go... sometimes on my hunt, I'll forget to show you the UPC code. So if you want the UPC code, I usually just show it here on the haul so everybody gets a shot to see it of all the things that I picked up. So eventually, at some point, you'll get to see the UPC code. But I try to remember to do it out in the field, downrange in the wilderness of the toy hunts. Not really. Anyways, I also found this guy. Very excited. I was shocked by the price. He was only $25. This is a lot of plastic and a platypus edition. So I really love this game. I've been playing the tabletop version of this game, gosh, for decades now. I have an army. I have 2 armies. Anyways, I played the game. I haven't played the new game, Heresy, I know. But Lieutenant Titus, $25 for this chunk of plastic? So what's going on here? I mean, this has way more playability than this turd of a figure. The only reason I like it is because he's part of an iconic game. But this is a turd buck. These have more articulation than these turds. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very confused by it. Very highly confused. But yeah, I'm digging this Lieutenant Titus. Here is the UPC. Maybe it's licensing. I don't know. There's that. There you go. Super heavy, man. I want to say almost as heavy as a freaking Terminator. Those things are heavy. And then we picked up I've been wanting this commasaur. Oh, what's his name? The commasaur that I used to really like. Einhorn was the Inquisitor. Yarick was the one with the big claw. I forget. If anybody knows in the comments, I want to find a way to reward you. But if you can tell me who was the leader of the Expendables, that commasaur, put it, there was the 13th Legion, I think is what they called them, or they were all expendable. They were all like prisoners. They're all like the Thunderbolts, I guess. But they were like the Thunderbolts version of the Warhammer world, and they were led by a commasaur, I think is... Anyways, getting off track. This is the commasaur right here. And this guy, if you didn't obey what the sergeant told you to do, he was the judge, jury, and executioner right there. Oh, so I'm sorry, you don't want to take that hill? 1 second. Pow. You're done. So, yeah, he was a judge, jury, and executioner. That's what the commissaurs do in the Warhammer 40K world. They don't play that. And here's the UPC, if I didn't show it to you. Anyways, it's a very interesting world. It's not as old as Star Wars, but it's definitely, it's a lot less tame than Star Wars. It's a brutal world. And then I picked up this Batman. I was gonna pick up Bizarro, but personally, I think the first Bizarro that McFarlane did is better. That's just my opinion. And so that's why I left the other Bizarro. I don't need that one. But I did pick up this Batman here. Well, number one, first 50% of this figure is in that beautiful soft goods cape. Beautiful, McFarlane. You did something right here. I dig it. I want accolades when you do it right. And got some washes and stuff on him. He just looks like a great figure. Year 2 Batman. Year one Batman. There he is. There's the back. Looks great. So I picked him up. I left the rest of them. The Commissioner, Armored, Green Giant, Green Pea, Green Lantern, and yeah, I don't care about the rest. Jade, I don't know. Anyways, here you go. Here's the UPC code. There you go. All right, now let's get into some of the nitty-gritty stuff. This figure, I literally forgot what was coming in the mail, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. So a couple of people have already done reviews on it. One of my favorite figures, one of my favorite characters. Matter of fact, I have the first appearance upstairs of this figure. The first appearance in a comic book of this character. And Archangel, Big Bad sent them to me. So I got 2 of them, one to rock, one to stock, because he's some of my favorite characters. And yeah, I'm really digging them. There you go. Probably will be available in stores. I don't know. I don't know if he was a fan exclusive or not, but I picked him up. The X-Force version of Archangel there. And here's the UPC code if you guys are interested in finding them. Good luck. Good luck with that. Now we're getting to the number 1, 2, and 3 slot. And then we'll get to the comics if you guys want to stay that long. But number 3, the third top 3 figure that I was looking for, toy. Here it is. Sega. Bam! Found him. This one was thanks to Mr. Razor. So thank you so much. I had to drive a little ways, but well worth it. There were, and you know, you could say that I could have saved some money by just waiting a little longer. Maybe, but there's no guarantee that you're going to find any of it. And there was no guarantee that the Target that I was going to at that time would eventually have all of them, right? And so anyways, I went, made the journey, picked them up. Thank you, Mr. Razor, for the tip. And there's the UPC code for him. Good luck. Good luck is all I got to say. Art. I'm keeping an eye out for that blue guile for you, buddy. All right. And then this one is number 2, because I think what Jada did here with the head, with the hair, is ingenious, right? Because so many times the cop-out from Hasbro and a lot of other people, well, he's got hard hair. He can't move his head up or move because of the hair sculpt. Well, Jada is a brand new into the action figure category. Figured out for you. Figured it out for you. Boom, Blanca. And he's got the squishy hair. It's actually super flexy, and it gets out of your way. Oh man, how did you think? So many plastics, so little brain cells. Anyways, Blanca, very excited to open this figure. Was highly excited to find it. This one I picked up on my own, and I came across this one in a Sega, and I almost found the blue guile again, but nope, somebody had already gotten that one. Here's the UPC code for it. There you go. Good luck. All right, and finally, from my good friend, Crocmaster. I've been looking everywhere for this thing. Everywhere. I've not stopped. And I could not find it. Very little luck. Very little luck. And this is the number 1 item because number 1, I've been looking at it for a long time now, for a while. And a friend of the channel sent it over. So that means a lot to me more than a lot of this stuff, right? So anyways, let's see what it is. Should we unbox it here? You know yet? Does anybody have any ideas, any clues? Here you go. Boom. See that? That's very cool. The Optimus Prime, just the cab part. I failed to find this thing. I could not find it anywhere. So yeah, I just wanted the little cab part. I know I've got the other bigger one up there, but this one to me was harder to find. I found the other ones in the wild, but this one, not gonna find it. Anyways, I gotta put it up in its little case, like those, and like Bumblebee over there, and put them up next to Bumblebee. So now, please don't tell me there's a treasure hunt of this. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me there's a treasure hunt. A few people have already told me that, hey, you left a treasure hunt over there, a treasure hunt over here. Anyways, let's get down to the miscellaneous stuff. Let's check out the comics I picked up, because if you're not collecting comics, you're not a true collector. You are a collector. I just happen to collect comics as well, and I've done it since I was since I was walking home. I don't know if Chris watches this channel or not, but anyways, my good friend Chris, we were best friends out in junior high, and we would save up our money, and we would go. If some of you guys have been to Waco, you know this place. We'd go to Bankston's on a Wednesday. I believe it was on a Wednesdays, and we'd go to Golden Comics and Bankston's from school. We'd walk from at the end of school, we'd walk over there, we'd wait for the new comics to arrive, and we'd pick them up when we were in junior high. So I've been collecting comics for a while. All right, let's see what we got, round 3. All right, here we go with the comics that I've been collecting. Number 1, our boy Helverine going crazy. Look at that cover, looking scary. He's going after some bad dude. That demon, always got to get the kukui. So there's that. All right, what else do we got? Transformers, number 20. Here we go. Megatron looking pretty scary up there. Starscream about to get smushed. Very cool. We'll get through these pretty quickly. What else do we got? Oh, is this the silent one? No. This is not. You got Snake Eyes getting ready to dress up as a Crimson Guard. Yeah, there we go. ARAH 316. What else do we have? Oh yeah. Sometimes look, I have a standing rule with some of these guys. Look, if this character comes out, I need it in the collection. So just go ahead and subscribe me to it. And so they do. They follow directions, especially if it makes them money, very closely. So I didn't mean to order this one, but since I'm reading it, might as well just keep reading it. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. again. So there he is. He's going crazy on that wolf Captain America that came out years ago. You know, funny part is that that's not a deep cut, the wolf Captain America, but I don't know nothing about that story. So I'm not going to pretend that I know. I've seen it before, so it's recognizable to me. We got Deadpool number 14. There you go. Looking cool. Yep. There you go. What else we got? Oh, Silent Mission. Duke, right? That's Duke on the cover. I think so. There you go. Silent Mission. Shh. No talking. They got Void Rivals number 18. I just kept reading it. I don't know. We'll just see where it takes us. We'll see where it takes us. It's always fun to just see. You know what? Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I've been digging some of this stuff. Here we go. Herculoids. Very nice paper. Iconic cover. Iconic, you know, IP. Oh, I love this. Whoever's drawing these art cover. Whoever's drawing. Can we get a Ace. Herculoids action figures, my man. Sell out to all of us old nerds. Sell out. Herculoids. Maybe we can do it. Maybe. All right. And then, of course, wow, this is very reminiscent of another character. Very interesting cover. As a kid, one of my favorite heroes, kind of an anti-hero, kind of like Wolverine. I guess that's why they did this cover. But I always love reading Conan. Always. Conan was awesome to me. All the sorcery, it's about the only fantasy book outside of science fiction that I would read is Conan. That's it. Nothing else interested me. If it was Conan-like, then yes. But Death Dealer, I like the imagery on that because he was like Conan with like a helmet. Anyways, doesn't that look like there's a Wolverine cover with him on an X like that? The Ravagers? Wasn't that the Ravager storyline? Anyways, that's it. Oh, one last thing. I picked this up out of the horror section today at at Walmart. I guess I'll be wearing it sometimes when I do the show. And I couldn't resist. There you go. Friday the 13th jersey there. I just thought it was hilarious. I love it. So I picked that up. Probably wear it during the show, wear it around the house. I don't know, just to have fun. I do enjoy some of those crazy jerseys. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's just have some fun collecting toys, right? This was a crazy week. I didn't expect to have this much stuff land. But yeah, like I said, there'll probably be a glut, and then there's going to be silence for a while. I suspect. Actually, I got 2 deliveries coming today, but they haven't gotten here yet. So anyways, I suspect that there'll be a glut, and then they'll be sitting on the shelves, and then there'll be a clearance, and then they'll be quiet. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So the next few months, if we're quiet, maybe we're saving money, maybe we're doing customizations. Don't matter to me. I've got plenty of stuff to do. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. If you're hanging around, playing with your action figures, posing them, customizing them, creating stories, making dioramas, building that world, that's what this whole hobby is about. It's fun. So don't stress about this junk. It's all toys. All of this, I've bought several of the same figures over the years. If you don't get a figure today that you want, it'll eventually come to you if you want it enough. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't stress, do it right. As long as you guys keep, special thanks to all the members. I cannot stress that enough. Special thanks to the members, their guidance, their generosity, their engagement. Allow this old nerd to bring you guys better content. As always, as long as you guys keep watching my shenanigans, I'll keep rolling them out. One last thing, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But the Jada Triple Dipper special is complete. We'll see ya.